Welcome back to Spelling and Word Study. My name is Mrs. Rhoades, and I'm here to get you started on Unit 12, Silent E with long O and long U. Please take a second to gather your materials. Grab your red book and open it to page 77. You will also need some colorful pens, crayons, or markers. Remember, whatever I mark up on the board, you should be marking on your sheet. Please save room for a key as well. All right, so we have been talking about long vowels for a few weeks now. We learned that long A says A and that long I says I. And we were able to make both of those letters say their name by putting them in a word with the vowel, then a consonant, and then a silent E. So today we're going to see how a silent E can make the O say its name in words like home and joke, and how a silent E can make the U say its name in words like cute and mule. All right, so let's start by reading our list. I will say each word, you repeat after me. Cute, home, joke, mule, nose, robe, rose, rule, tube, and use. All right, good job. So now let's choose a color, and we're going to circle that silent E at the end of cute, and we're going to make it jump over the T, and it's going to tell the U, say your name, say your name. So now, instead of k-ut, we have k-ute, okay? So that is cute. Now the same thing happens here with the word mule. Silent E, or Bossy E, jumps over the L and tells the U, say your name, say your name. M-U-L, mule. Okay, let's look here. Something a little bit different happens with the word rule. Maybe you already knew this, but long U actually has two sounds. Sometimes it says U, like in cute and mule. You can hear that U, but sometimes it says oo. So in this case, our word is r-oo-ul, rule, okay? Here, our word is t-oob, tube. Down here, what do you think? Try out both sounds and see what sounds like a real word. Ooze or use. Yeah, this is use, okay? So when you see this pattern in a word, you might have to try out both sounds. Try out ooh and you, and then just see what ends up sounding like a real word. Okay, so in our key, that circle with an arrow represents long U, okay? That silent E is making the U say its name. Let's choose a different color. And this time, let's look at the word home. Draw a circle around the E, jump over the M. What's our word? O-M, home. Let's try again. J-O-K, joke. N-O-Z, nose. R-O-B, robe. If we didn't have that E there, it would say rob, right? It'd be R-A-B. But that E is making the O say its name. Last one. Rose, rose. Okay, so back to our key. Anywhere we see a red circle and an arrow, we have a long O. All right. I don't see any digraphs this week. I know we've been working hard on SH, which says sh, CH, which says ch, TH, which says f, and WH, which says w. But I don't see any of those in our list this week. What I do want to talk about, though, is verbs. We talked about this last week. We know that a verb is an action word. It's something we do. So, for instance, I can't cute. That's not something I can do. I can't home, but I can joke, right? I can joke around with my friends. So I'm going to put a V there to remind myself that joke can be used as a verb. I can't mule, and I can't nose. I can't robe or rose, but I can rule, right? Think about a judge. The judge ruled that the man was innocent. The judge ruled that the woman would have to pay a fine. So people can rule, right? They can rule kingdoms. You can't tube. You can go tubing. Well, I guess you could tube, right? Anyway, we'll skip that for now. And use. Of course, we can use stuff. All right, so let's go back to joke, rule, and use. We know that every verb has a present tense and a past tense. It has a future tense. So we can change when something is happening by changing the ending. So I can say, I like to joke. Right now, I am joking around. To change joke to joking, I have to drop my Bossy E and add ing. Remember that from last week? Now, if I want to talk about something I already did, like yesterday I joked around a lot, I'm going to start writing joke. I'm going to get rid of my Bossy E, and I'm going to add ed. Okay? Let's try again with rule. The judge is ruling right now. See how I dropped my Bossy E? The judge ruled in favor of the defendant. We dropped our E, added ed. I am using a marker right now. Yesterday I used a marker. Okay? You're going to have more practice with this when you get to page 80. This looks almost identical to what you did last time. You have a bunch of verbs, rule, joke, use, doze, and you have to change them to the present tense. Ruling, joking, using, dozing. Then you have a new batch of verbs, hope, vote, tune, poke, and you need to change those to the past tense. Hoped, voted, tuned, poked. The important thing here is that you drop that E before you add ed or ing. Okay, let me make one quick change to my key here. I forgot to note that a blue V represents a verb, and a verb is an action word. Okay, before I let you go, let's make sure we know what all of our words mean. So, I bet you all know cute, right? Puppies are cute and babies are cute, right? They're just fun to look at. They make you smile. Home is where you live. You live in a home. It could be a house, an apartment, right? You also hear the word home if you're playing baseball, right? Your goal is to hit a home run. You want to hit that ball so far that you run all the way from first base to second base to third base to home. Okay, when we joke, we are just playing around, we're trying to make people laugh. A mule is a farm animal. Mules are really strong, so they're really good for pulling heavy loads. And a mule is a mix of a horse and a donkey. There's actually a picture of a mule right here. Okay, you can kind of see, it looks a little bit like a horse and a little bit like a donkey. You all know what your nose is. A robe is something you put on, like a bathrobe when you get out of the shower. A king might wear a robe, so it's something you wrap around your body. A rose is a pretty flower known for its smell. A rule is something you follow, right? At school, there's no running. That's a rule. Maybe there's a rule that you're not allowed to chew gum. So that would be what a rule is. And if you rule the kingdom or you rule the courtroom, that means you are in charge. A tube is a long, skinny thing. So a tube of toothpaste is full of toothpaste. It's long and hollow, and then they put the toothpaste in there. An inner tube might be something that you use in the water, right? It's this long, round tube full of air, so you might use it when you're swimming, or you might go tubing down a mountain in the winter time, right? So it's kind of like a sled. Again, it's a long, skinny thing full of air. And then use, you know that word, right? You use a pencil, you use your manners. Keep in mind, this is also pronounced use. Like, I can't find a use for this. What should I do with it? Okay, so keep in mind, this spells use and use. All right, that's all I have for you today. You are ready to start your unit. Good luck, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.